We got some news on a potential new career that she's got going on. This is where I need the Steve Harvey, what she's got going on.
Brittney Griner, retired. Not with a farewell tour, not with a victory lap, not even with a teary press conference thanking fans. No, she walked away in chaos, leaving the WNBA stunned. And the reason why? One name, Caitlin Clark. Now let's be real. Retirement announcements in sports are usually soft landings. The player thanks teammates, coaches, family, and fans. And we all applaud as they ride off into the sunset.
You said you didn't remember what you said during that viral moment after you fouled out against the Indiana Fever. A lot of people believe what you said was effing white girl or effing white girls. Is it possible that's what you said?
No, would never say that. Like, there's no place for that in our league. Wouldn't say that.
So even though you can't remember, you know that that was not what you said?
I know it wasn't that because I wouldn't use that type of like.
Brittney Griner was caught on tape during a game with the Indiana Fever, dropping racial slurs against Caitlin Clark. I mean, pretty obviously doing.
This is different. This is messy. This is dramatic. This is a bombshell that's going to echo through the WNBA for years, because Griner didn't just hang it up. She detonated her career right after the ugliest moment of her final season. The moment she lashed out at Caitlin Clark, the face of the league, the new star dragging women's basketball into the mainstream. And fans noticed. Social media noticed. Everyone noticed. Instead of celebrating a decorated veteran, the storyline turned into Brittney Griner couldn't handle Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is back. Last time we seen her, she had 32, 8, and 9. Put the beast on her New York Liberty. And I'm telling you right now, we're springboarding into this week.
You said you didn't remember what you said during that viral moment after you fouled out against the Indiana Fever. A lot of people believe what you said was effing white girl or effing white girls. Is it possible that's what you said?
No, would never say that. Like, there's no place for that in our league. Wouldn't say that.
So even though you can't remember, you know that that was not what you said.
I know it wasn't that because I wouldn't use that type of.
And now she's gone. That's not a farewell. That's an exit wound. So today, we're breaking down the story that has everyone talking. Why Brittney Griner really retired, what it means for her legacy, and how Caitlin Clark, without even trying, became the biggest reason behind this shocking ending. This isn't just basketball. This is a power shift. And if you think this story ends with Griner's retirement, think again. Buckle up, because the WNBA just changed forever. And hey, if you want the raw truth about this league, the stuff ESPN won't touch, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe.
Could win this Commissioner Cup. And that being said, we know a couple weeks ago, Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever faced off against the Atlanta Dream. Now, I believe this is the game Caitlin Clark got hurt in. She said that it wasn't the game. She got hurt in the New York Liberty game. But make no excuses about it. Brittney Griner had said some things on the sideline and people picked up on it. Let's go back to this, check this out, and roll this footage, because I made a video about this when it first happened, and it looked like a reporter has asked Brittney Griner, what the hell did you say, girl?
Let's get into it. To understand why Brittney Griner's retirement feels so shocking, you've got to rewind to where it all began. For years, she wasn't just a player, she was the player, the dunker, the shot blocker, the 7-footer who made highlight reels when nobody else was dunking in the women's game. She entered the WNBA as the future. Phoenix built around her. Diana Taurasi and Griner were supposed to be the unstoppable duo, the dynasty that every team feared. The league marketed her as a unicorn, size, agility, and a skill set that made her a walking mismatch.
Let's play this right here, man. So this was, I believe, May the 24th. Let's watch this. Said Brittney Griner on Caitlin Clark, trash, effing white girl. Will the WNBA condemn, fine, or suspend her? Now, we ultimately know this caused a treasure trove of backlash for the league itself, because around this time, when this happened, this was when...
That's where the cracks began to show. The resentment, the tension, the subtle digs in interviews, the physicality on the court that went past making her earn it and dipped into bitterness. Because while Griner's star was dimming, Caitlin Clark's was blinding, and every night that contrast got harder to ignore. This wasn't just decline, it was displacement. The turning point came in one ugly, unforgettable moment. Brittney Griner versus Caitlin Clark. And let's not sugarcoat it. This wasn't just a hard foul. It wasn't just veteran toughness. It was frustration boiling over into something that looked like desperation. Clark had already cemented herself as the face of the league by her second season. She wasn't the rookie punching bag anymore. She was dropping 30-foot threes, pulling record crowds, and stealing headlines. And on that night, with emotions running high, Griner snapped. She took a shot at Clark that crossed the line. The clip went viral instantly, faster than any highlight from that game, faster than any box score stat. Fans didn't care about the final score. They cared about the image of a veteran star trying to take down the league's golden ticket. And the reaction? Brutal. Outrage poured in from every corner of the basketball world. Not just Fever fans, not just Indiana, neutral fans, even casuals who don't follow the WNBA watched the clip and said, "That's dirty." Worse, whispers started circulating about what Griner said on the court during the altercation. Allegations of racial slurs directed at Clark. Griner denied it, but the fact that the conversation even existed told you everything about how far her image had fallen. Instead of sympathy for a fading star, the court of public opinion slammed the gavel. Griner wasn't the victim of age or decline, she was the villain in Caitlin Clark's rise. And once you wear that label, it sticks. That moment didn't just stain a game, it stained a legacy. After that Clark incident, the dominoes started falling fast. Griner was already struggling statistically. 9 points here, 5 boards there, nothing close to her prime. For someone who was once the centerpiece of Phoenix, then a marquee signing in Atlanta, watching her ride the bench in crunch time was more than humbling. It was humiliating, and fans saw it. The same social media that once boosted her dunks now roasted her stat lines. The same league.
And then boom, the retirement announcement. No build-up, no ceremony, just a statement dropped like a grenade. On paper, she was stepping away to pursue new ventures. Twitch streaming, maybe. But let's be honest, nobody's buying that. This wasn't a graceful exit. It was damage control. It was escape. Because here's the harsh truth. Brittney Griner didn't retire on her terms. She retired on Caitlin Clark's terms. That final season wasn't defined by her highlights, her accolades, or even her presence in the locker room. It was defined by one moment of frustration, by the cheap shot that went viral, by the outrage that never died, and by the league moving forward without her. Retirement didn't close the book, it froze it, forever locking her legacy at its lowest point. The truth is, Brittney Griner's retirement isn't just about one foul, one viral moment, or even one bad season. It's about the evolution of the WNBA and what happens when a star can't keep up with that evolution. For years, Griner represented the old guard. Dominant size in the paint, highlight dunks, defensive intimidation. That worked when the league revolved around post play and slower tempo. But the WNBA of today? It's faster. It's built on spacing, shooting, and guards who can torch you from 30 feet out. The very skills Caitlin Clark embodies. Clark isn't just another star. She's a generational disruptor. She turned Fever games into sellouts. She made networks fight for broadcast rights. She forced a league that once begged for attention into the mainstream spotlight almost overnight. And while that's great for fans, it put pressure on veterans like Griner. Pressure they didn't ask for, but couldn't avoid. Every time Clark hit a logo three, it was a reminder that the game had passed Griner by. Every sellout crowd cheering Clark wasn't cheering her. Every headline about Clark's records pushed Griner's accolades further into the rear view. That resentment built up quietly, until one night it exploded into physical frustration. And here's the symbolism fans can't ignore. Clark didn't retaliate. She didn't trash talk. She just got back up, kept hooping, and let the moment speak for itself. That's why the fallout stuck. Because it wasn't just a dirty play, it was the clash between eras. Old WNBA versus new WNBA. That means the spotlight has to shine on players like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Angel Reese, the young stars driving the league's future.
Veterans who can't handle that shift, they don't just fade, they drag the narrative down. Every foul, every bitter comment, every messy headline distracts from what the league is trying to build. And in that sense, Griner's retirement clears the runway. It removes one of the last anchors of the old WNBA and gives the league freedom to push its new stars without apology. But here's the irony. Instead of being celebrated for her role in building the league, Griner is now remembered as the cautionary tale. She became the warning sign. Don't be the veteran who resents the rise of the next generation. And make no mistake, Caitlin Clark's rise isn't slowing down. Every controversy only makes her bigger. Every cheap shot only fuels her legend. Griner leaving doesn't weaken Clark's shine, it makes it brighter. Because now the message is clear. Clark isn't just surviving in the league, she's redefining it. The torch wasn't passed, it was ripped out of the old guard's hands, and the WNBA is never going back. So here we are. Brittney Griner is retired. Not with balloons, not with a parade of tributes, not with the honor of a farewell season. She walked away in silence, with controversy on her back and questions swirling about her legacy. And that's the cruel reality of sports. You don't always get to choose your ending. Sometimes the game chooses it for you. For Griner, the game ended not with dominance, but with decline. Not with cheers, but with outrage. Not with highlights, but with one ugly moment that fans will never forget. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's story is only just beginning. Every shot she takes, every headline she generates, every crowd she pulls, it's all proof that the league has shifted. She's not just the face of the Fever, she's the face of the WNBA. And the fact that her rise coincided with Griner's fall, that's not coincidence. That's the clash of eras. The old guard tried to push her down, the new era stood tall, and the message couldn't be clearer. You can foul Caitlin Clark, you can mock her, you can try to break her, but you can't stop her. As for Brittney Griner, her name will still live in WNBA history.